I will be reading Matthew 4:12-7, and from the Common English Bible. Now when Jesus heard that John was arrested, he went to Galilee. He left Nazareth and settled in Capernaum, which lies along the sea in the area of Zebulun. This fulfilled what Isaiah the prophet had said. Land of Zebulun, alongside the sea, across the Jordan in Galilee. The people who lived in darkness have seen a great light, and a light has come upon those who lived in the region in the shadow of darkness. From that time, Jesus began to announce, "Change your hearts and lives. Here comes the kingdom of heaven."
Thank you, Olivia. Thank you, Mike and Rick. Something about my Irish roots, I could just listen to that music all day. So I'm using Diana Butler Bass's book, Grounded, for our Lenten series this year. The subtitle is Finding God in the World, a Spiritual Revolution. And the chapter that we're looking at today is Sky. A psalm reading from 115 talking about God being in the heavens, and what Olivia just read for us from Matthew 4, where Matthew is reminding the people when Jesus' ministry begins that it's like Isaiah had said years ago that there was a darkness over the land, and in one version it said, now the sun has come up. Many of us were taught in Sunday school that God lives in heaven, right? You know that. God is up there somewhere wanting to receive us if we one day manage to get there to God, right? That God is somewhere, somehow, in the place above here that we hope to get to one day. That's a traditional view of God that keeps God in some ways separate from man, living in an otherworldly place above the earth. That might not necessarily be what the heavens means, though. Maybe your view of God has changed a little bit from that view. Maybe you still have that view. Either way, it's worth taking a few minutes to look up and around at how God and sky connect for us. And that's what she does really well in this chapter called Sky in this book. Diana Butler Bass described her encounter with a deep, dark night in Ring Lake Ranch in Wyoming. Some of you may have been there before. That's why I was talking to the kids about, like, what does it feel like when you're way out in the woods camping? She said she was blown away because she's kind of an urban, suburban city person. She was blown away out at Ring Lake Ranch by how dark the sky was, and the millions of stars that she could see around her really had a profound effect on her. She said she felt really enveloped by the dense darkness that night that she described in the book. And many of us have had that experience of being out in the wild, camping, or somewhere in the deep darkness, far enough from the glow of the city that you can see more stars than you thought were up there. And the vastness of the night sky can really make you consider the heavens in a whole new way. So I see what she's getting at. I mean, not different, though, than a wide open prairie on a sunny day. Right? One great thing about living here is that we do have so much wide open space around us, and it gives us an opportunity to consider the vastness of the sky in ways that you can't in other places that you live. Big open sky country makes us see sky in a different way. It's not so separate from us when we see so much sky around us as it might be from people who have to look at it way up beyond skyscraper buildings. Diana Bass writes in her book of walking this thing called, which I love to do, called this Stations of the Cosmos. Right? You've heard of Stations of the Cross, like pictures or sculptures or something that churches or other places have, that you can walk a path of the readings of the journey of Jesus toward the cross, the Passion story. And there's labyrinths that you can walk, and you've heard of those too. But this was called the Stations of the Cosmos. And it was at a Catholic Jesuit monastery in Ontario. And I'm going to go find it. She describes it. I entered the spiral. At the center was a fire pit, symbolizing the Big Bang. The moment the universe flamed forth. I walked, circling out slowly to the next station, quite far from the center. At this station, a sign appeared marking the clustering of matter into gases and clouds. And so it went, the spiral and the stations of creation. 17 stations went by before human beings appeared. 17 stations without us, of the walk's 25 stations. I looked toward the sky, feeling both amazed and insignificant at the same time. I realized the cosmos is more than we imagine. That's what makes the Big Bang so interesting. It presents a cosmology that brings the disparate strands of science and faith back into conversation, with fascinating implications for both. As theologian Elizabeth Johnson exclaims, out of the Big Bang, the stars, out of the stardust, the earth, out of the matter of the earth, life. According to this scientific theory, everything is connected with everything else. British scientist and theologian Arthur Peacock explains every atom of iron in our blood would not be there had it not been produced in some galactic explosion billions of years ago and eventually condensed to form the iron in the crust of the earth from which we have emerged. Quite literally, human beings are made of stardust. The science of life and religious beliefs and origins have not always been connected, right? There's been a conflict of the origins of life scientifically and religiously. And even if we can walk the stations of the cosmos and feel a connection to an infinite God, it doesn't always help us to make those concrete connections between faith and science. But as she describes it so well here, the Big Bang is the way that we can connect those dots for ourselves. I honestly remember thinking this as a kid. I don't know, I was 3rd or 4th grade, and I remember learning about the Big Bang in elementary school and thinking to myself, oh, that must be what the Bible means when it says the world will be light. And from that moment on, it made perfect sense to me. There was no creationism versus evolution debate in my mind. In that moment of learning about the Big Bang, it all made sense. So, Big Bang beginnings, as described in this labyrinth walk, this stations of the cosmos, shows that we are all connected in that moment that life begins. It proves for us in some ways that God expects us to continue in that creation as well. God expects us to continue creating heaven on earth, here and now. Because of the connections that we share within our own space and time, and the stardust, as described, that we all are together, we are to create a world that connects us to each other and also to our God. And actually, the words of Jesus on several occasions give us a more close and personal reflection of the sky, or heaven, as Jesus called it. Something connected to what we're doing in this present moment instead of something far away from us. Jesus often talks of the kingdom of heaven as something we create here and now, not something we aspire to go to. For example, you say this every week in the Lord's Prayer. We say, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. That's pretty clear. He's saying the heaven that we speak of is something that we're called to create right here, right now, on earth. Thy kingdom come on earth, here. In this gospel reading that Olivia read for us today, Matthew 4, Matthew indicates that indeed, because of Jesus' message, a new day has dawned. And you know what Jesus calls that new day? He calls it the kingdom of heaven. The heavenly perfection that you desire to reach, just look around you. It's right here, Jesus says. It's not on some faraway cloud behind a pearly gate. It's here in this moment. Connecting with humanity and with God, stardust to stardust, light to light. In Grounded, Diana Butler-Bass implores us to stop thinking vertically about our faith. She talked about this at the lecture at the Congregational Church in Boulder a few weeks ago. Don't think vertically about our faith so much, thinking of God and sky as something we're climbing to get to. Start thinking more horizontally about our faith, about God and sky all around us, a part of all that is and all that was and all that will ever be. As if we really really believe that we were all blasted out of the same star and fell to earth in little pellets of stardust. In a way, it's a perfect explanation of resurrection of the body and life, too. When people pass from this life to the next, and I stand here at their services, that's the resurrection moment for all of us. We're connected to those people who aren't here with us anymore. And we're connected to people that we don't yet know because at some moment, billions of years ago, we were all burst out of the same energy at the same time. And no one ever can really leave each other with that knowledge. In the Genesis, the beginning of Jesus' ministry, which Matthew describes using the words of Isaiah in this scripture today, he says, a new light is dawning in a time of darkness. We are offered that opportunity to see that the kingdom of heaven has indeed come near. It's now, it's here, Jesus says. And that's our message today and every day. I mean, every gospel message kind of has that tone to it. Every day the sun does come up over the horizon, no matter what's up in our lives. Every day we are offered a new and different chance to link our stardust to someone else's and to the larger created order. And even when we lose an hour like we did last night, which super duper affected me this time, we have a day of infinite possibility and hope in front of us, no matter the circumstances with which we're startled out of our sleep on a Sunday morning. There's this really great pop tune from the 80s, Heaven is a Place on Earth, by Belinda Carlisle. Do you remember that song? It's a love song, and I know for sure that she's talking about her love coming home and greeting her, and she's saying that that's heaven for her. But the lyrics, nonetheless, do make some sort of sense here in this whole creation of stardust business. When the night falls down, I wait for you, and you come around, and the world's alive with the sound of kids on the street outside. In this world, we're just beginning to understand the miracle of living. I was afraid before, but I'm not afraid anymore. They say in heaven, love comes first. Well, we'll make heaven a place on earth. Heaven is a place on earth. This scripture today suggests to us that maybe heaven is nothing more than recognizing what lies within us and how that is connected to all that lies around us. And loving and respecting it all as if it mattered more than anything else we've ever done before. Within the confines of our own hearts, Jesus calls us. And way out beyond our wildest imaginations, beyond these footprints, Jesus calls us. May we answer the call to walk in the way of Jesus and shoot for the stars as we create the kingdom of heaven in this place in the days to come. Amen.